AVC Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, The Rogers Company, and Woodsfield Savings Bank.
Hi again, everybody, from Meadowbrook High School. It's Howard Twiggs and Coach Mike Podlasiak. Glad to be a part of your MVL evening here on WILE 97.7. And Coach, unfortunately, one side hasn't won a game, but tonight maybe they could turn it around. We have the 0-11 Meadowbrook Colts, coached by Terry Jarrett. And they take on these Coshocton Redskins under Jim Herman at 3-6.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we have to first of all apologize to the listeners back home. We're coming a lot earlier than what we even anticipated. We're sitting here watching a JV game, and all of a sudden it's halftime, and they're shaking hands.
Yeah.
You know, we look at each other like, uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
We got to get ready to go.
Well,
so,
we'll be in a lot more trouble before it goes along, Mike. Don't worry about that. We've already started that.
But we'll do the best we can.
Yes,
but
sir.
You're right. I mean, I don't really know what to expect here. I think it'll be a competitive game. How good quality of basketball will be remains to be seen. Meadowbrook's top scorer, the young man that's led them all year, 6'3" senior Dane Singleton, is not in the starting lineup tonight. We don't know why, and I guess we don't really need to know why, but he will not be starting for the Colts. So they will be going with 4 sophomores and a freshman tonight.
Yeah, that kind of youth that's tough to overcome. Singleton, by the way, averages 9.5 points a game for a team that only averages 30 points a game. So as Mike certainly points out, this could be a difficult start for the Colts, but we'll see as the game goes along. But, you know, Mike, you've been in the game long enough. A lot of times adversity comes in different ways, and how you handle it is sometimes positive. The kids could respond.
Exactly. You're going to give a group of young kids. I mean, obviously they have very few older upper-class kids to begin with. Now these young kids, maybe this is the core they can start with and start, building for the future. And these people here have been a little spoiled the last 3 or 4 years. They've gone through a great group of talent the last several years and been spoiled. But, this happens in all schools. You've been around as well as I have, and if you're in it long enough, you're going to go through these lulls and peaks, and you just got to ride it out and work and get better.
Offensively for the Colts, as we mentioned, they average 30 points a game. They surrender 69 points a game. For Coshocton, offensively, a little bit better. They're at 50 points a game, and they, however, on the defensive end, give up 65 a game. A few common opponents, Mike, that may or may not be worth mentioning. They have both played West Muskingum, Morgan, Tri-Valley, and Sheridan, and combined 0-8 out of that stretch. Coshocton lost to Sheridan by 28, Meadowbrook by 46. Tri-Valley, Coshocton lost to by 44. Meadowbrook lost to Tri-Valley by 50. Morgan beat Coshocton by 18. Meadowbrook lost to Morgan by 30. West Muskingum beat Meadowbrook by 30. But here's the one I wanted to point out. Coshocton played West Muskingum, who's a good basketball team, and only lost by 2. So that tells you that some things can happen for Coshocton if things go right.
And the Redskins coach this year is Mr. James Herman. His first year as the head coach of the Redskins, and you never know. Sometimes it takes a little while for a group. I don't know when he assumed the job last summer, and you know as well as I do, coaches put so much time into summer programs now. I don't know whether he didn't have the opportunity to spend time with them, but it seems like maybe they're making a little better progress at this point in time than what the Colts are.
Starting lineup as we believe it will go. First for the Redskins, they're led by Colton Conkle at 14.5 points a game. Bentley Cunningham, Antoine Johns, Zane Bryant, and Kobe Moore round out the starting lineup for the Redskins. As Coach Podlasiak mentioned, Dane Singleton, leading scorer for Meadowbrook, will not start. We certainly expect or hope he will play. Colin Delancey at 8 points a game. Justice Huey at 3 points a game. Rounding out the lineup for the Colts will be Jacob Burris, Dane DeVellas and Gunnar Davis. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the basketball game. Once again, tonight, MVL action. It's the Coshocton Redskins, 3-6 on the season, 1-2 in MVL play, and they are playing the Meadowbrook Colts, 0-11 on the season, 0-7 in MVL play. We'll be back in a couple.
ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
The Rogers Company congratulates the Meadowbrook Colts team on a great season. The team at Rogers Company works hard, too, to earn your business. They inspect, install, and repair all makes and all models of furnaces, humidifiers, and air purifiers. Don't be left out in the cold. Give them a call at 740-685-8677.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons' Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Welcome back, everyone, to Meadowbrook High School. Tonight, the Colts take on the Coshocton Redskins. Redskins in their black uniforms, traveling black with the red numerals, and trim the Meadowbrook Colts in their white uniform with orange and black numerals. And Mike, I would say when we look at Meadowbrook to start without their leading scorer, how would you expect them to start based on, wait a minute, where's our go-to guy?
Boy, that'll be interesting to see who decides that they're going to step up and take charge of the basketball team.
Excuse me, especially when you have 4 sophomores and a freshman.
Exactly.
Somebody's got to shoot it.
Somebody has got to be the shooter. Somebody's got to be the leader on the floor, so it'll be interesting. And maybe that's one thing Coach Jer's maybe not really sure of right now himself. But, when you're starting 4 sophomores and a freshman, it's a work in progress. So I'm sure all he's wanting the kids to do to go out tonight, give it their best shot, play the best of their ability, and leave it all on the floor.
There you go. Once again, starting lineup for Coshocton, 5'8" junior Bentley Cunningham, 5'11" junior Antoine Johns, 5'11" sophomore Colton Conco, 6'2" senior Zane Bryant, 6'2" junior Kobe Moore. For the Colts, 6'2" sophomore Colton Delancey, 5'10" sophomore Justice Huey, 5'9" freshman Jacob Burris, 6'1" sophomore Dane DeVellas, and 6'1" sophomore Gunnar Davis. Meadowbrook will be going to left to right as you look at your radio dial. Jumping center for the Colts will be Johns, or I should say will be Bryant against Jones, and Meadowbrook controls the tap. And Coshocton looks like they're going to open Mike in an extended 2-3.
Maybe just a little bit of a matchup. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
Well, interesting for Meadowbrook that they right away went to the high post against that matchup. And that tells me something.
Yes.
That, unfortunately, you step into the passing lane, you lose it. Colton Conkle with the steal and the go, but coming back to in the passing lane, when you're in that extended zone like that, you've got to somehow look vertical rather than horizontal.
Yeah, at the varsity level, you cannot make weak passes guard to guard because quickness is going to get you, and that's what happened that time.
Now the ball to the high post for the Colts. Kick back over to Davis. Davis in the corner will skip to the far side. 3 on the way. Front iron, no good. Rebounded off to Meadowbrook. They get their own rebound. And in the corner, thinking about the shot, nowhere to go is Huey. And Huey will drive it, hit the high post. Shot on the float is good. And that is Dane DeVelez. So Meadowbrook does a nice job of attacking inside the high post.
Good ball moving the basketball that time. Good job.
Yep, the Colts in the man-to-man. Coshocton in the corner, long ball on the way, no good. Rebounded off to the Colts. 6:34 to go. First quarter tied at 2. And here comes Meadowbrook. Same defense for Coshocton. Down to the corner is Gunnar Davis. Back on top. And then swinging the ball around. Long ball on the way for the Colts. No good. Rebound fought for. It's controlled by Meadowbrook. And we will get a travel as Justice Huey unable to stay with the dribble. Turnover goes to Coshocton, tied at 2. 6:15 to go here, first quarter. Meadowbrook appears as though they're going to stay in the man. Coshocton with the ball is Colton Conkle. Conkle picks up his dribble, looks to back door, not there. Now will give on the go, and it's a driving shot, and a layup is good by Bentley Cunningham, and it's 4-2 in favor of Coshocton. Meadowbrook gets the ball quickly down the floor, and stolen away by Coshocton, trying to go to the top there. And a layup, no good. Off to Meadowbrook on the steal. And that's a double team. Picking up his dribble out on top is Huey. Huey with the basketball, to the corner, back on top. Long ball by Huey's good. Well, that'll take you out of your zone in a hurry. He has 3, and Meadowbrook has the lead at 5-4, 5:22 to go, first quarter. Another long ball on the way for Coshocton, no good. Rebounded off to Justice Huey for the Colts. Huey, another shot on the way, in and out, no good.
Nice
Rebounded
shot.
off to Coshocton, yep. Read the defense. Coshocton quickly down, drive on the baseline, up, and it's good by Bentley Cunningham. He has 4. And Coshocton back with the lead 6-5. Some pressure now by Coshocton. Looks like a 1-2-2 press and a turnover. Coming against Meadowbrook and driving the floor is Conkle. Shot in the way in the corner, no good. Rebounded on the floor off to Coshocton. Back on top, and then a drive and an offensive foul.
That was pretty obvious. We could have called that one from up here, Howard.
Yeah.
Looks like he's throwing a forearm in that football.
Yeah. You went, let's see. Coshocton looks like they're going to pick up straight man, full court. Double team not coming. Meadowbrook picks up. Down to the top. Back on top to Huey. Huey to the side. And now back to Huey. Looks like a straight 2-3. They flattened it out a little bit.
Yes.
And another steal. And coming on the way, and the layup is good by Colton Conkle. Boy, they just can't stay away from throwing balls into the passing lane.
No, that's Conkle's second steal out on top that's resulted in an easy layup at the other end.
Yep, there's a 2-2-1 press that time by Coshocton. Fooled Meadowbrook just a little bit, and now entering the lineup is Dane Singleton. And boy, what a plus this has to be for the Colts because they're hanging around down 8-5, but their leading scorer now makes his first appearance.
Plus, he's by far the tallest Colt that they have on the floor, so I'm sure he's got to be one of their top rebounders as well.
Looking for the screen and roll, not there, and then instead the drive coming and a foul And that was by Bentley Cunningham, and nobody there to help seal off the defense for Meadowbrook, and that allows him to drive to the basket, pick up the free throws.
Singleton probably could have drawn a charge right there if he'd have stayed solid and got his feet set. Instead decided he wanted to swat at it, and that's almost an automatic for an official.
First free throw, no good. That foul, by the way, was on Dane Singleton, so coming over to help out a little bit late and picks up the personal foul. That's his first. Team's first free throw is missed by Cunningham. Coshocton still leads. It's 8-5 here, 3:53 to go. Quick first quarter. Second one on the way is good. He has 5 of the 9. Let's see, now we're going to get back to probably just straight man press. Yep, back to the 2-2-1. They'll look to sideline trap if they can. Here it comes. They got it. And Meadowbrook's in trouble. Yep. And timeout coming. We'll keep it right here, and it's a 30-second. Just not to belabor the point of the 2-2-1 press, but I'm sure what Coach Jarrett's saying is, guys, it's a 2-2-1. You have to recognize that 6th and 7th defender is the sideline and the half-court line. You cannot dribble into that trap area. You must reverse the ball to the middle.
And I think that's a point that he's trying to make to his team right now, because as soon as they dribbled into that little spot right there, as coaches, when you're implementing that press, like you said, that's where you want them to dribble to. And as soon as they got there, he did not hesitate to call a timeout and make his point. Again, these are young kids that are playing. You know, you can't cover everything in practice, you know, and he's trying now to instill in these kids, you know, what needs to be done.
Yeah, and you know what, Mike? Kudos to him for taking that. The long ball on the way, no good. Rebounded off to the Colts. And then driving inside, losing his dribble, but picking up the foul is Jacob Erst. But I want to come back to the point of the coach taking the quick timeout is, you know, that's good stuff.
It is.
You know, when you're 0-11, you see something and you say, hey, guys, you know, let's have a learning moment here. Stay out of that corner of the double team on the 2-2-1.
And it's good to see, because he's a younger coach, and a lot of times younger coaches are a little less tolerant than what an older coach might be. So I like that move on his part.
First free throw missed by Burris. Score remains 9-5 in favor of Coshocton. Second one front iron, rebounded off to the Redskins. They will throw long and throw it away. Well, they tried to run that secondary break, I suppose is what you want to call it here. All right, let's see how Meadowbrook now handles the 2-2-1. Okay, reverse the ball.
And they've got Dane Singleton now in the middle of that zone, which is what you want.
Nice.
Good job.
Yes, excellent job by the Colts.
Nice give and go.
Perfect. Well, you know, that
good
makes
execution.
You feel good. Yep.
Yes, good execution.
9-7. And you know what happens too, Mike, is that'll take you out of the press if you're Coshocton.
Yes.
Drive inside and then kick back to the corner. And then on top are the Redskins with Cunningham to Jones. Johns right on top. He will go with Justice Herman, who's entered the game. Herman takes the long three, no good. Rebounded off to the Colts. It's Colton Delancey with the rebound, and the Colts can tie or go ahead. Meadowbrook back to that extended 2-3. They have the ball on top. It's Justice Huey. Huey back to the corner. And Gunnar Davis now to the high post. And we'll get a foul. I think it'll be a common foul, not shooting. But Gunnar Davis does draw the foul. It'll be a third team foul on Coshocton here in this first half.
A couple more substitutions here for Coshocton. Back into the game is Kobe Moore replacing Antoine Johns.
Yep, Johns just picked up the personal foul. To the corner of the Colts.
Colts got to be Larry out on top, because I think Conkle likes to gamble out there on those passes.
Yeah, and now you got the ball to Singleton at the mid-post area. And back to Singleton. He will drive to the basket, lose it, pick it up. It's a 1-on-2 for the Redskins. They will go the distance, miss the layup, rebounded offensively by Coshocton, and a foul called. It was Conkle on the drive. He tried to go front iron, not there, and the personal foul goes against Meadowbrook. will be the foul for the Colts on Colton Delancey. And inbounding for the Redskins. To the top. And Conkle, shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by Singleton. Colts once again can tie or go ahead. They trail 9-7 with the basketball. Justice Huey. Back to Huey. Huey to the corner.
I think that's Mason Campbell. He just checked into the game.
Yep, another steal by Conkle and another layup. You know, there's that 2-2-1 again. Mike, I'll have you talk about staying away from that pass on top when you get a moment. It's now 11-7, so the Colts weren't able to get that done. They are down now 4 with a minute to go here in the first quarter, and a triple on the way is good. And the Colts answer back with Colton Delancey's first bucket of the game. He has 3. It's 11-10. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Coshocton 11, very good game against Meadowbrook 10. Singleton on top, the defender. Be careful, he picks up his dribble. Did more. And then driving, back on top. Long ball on the way is good. Another triple. That time by Moore. It's his first basket of the game.
That's really the first perimeter shot that the Redskins have been able to hit here this evening. Everything else probably been off of steals and then layups.
Let's see if Meadowbrook plays for the final shot. Not in a big hurry, down to 10 seconds. Driving is Huey on the baseline and will double dribble. Mike, while we have just a second, talk about that passing on the perimeter for Meadowbrook, what they need to do at the break here in 10 seconds to firm that up in the second quarter.
They need to shorten those passes down. They're making too long passes, lazy passes, and with Coshocton's quickness, they were able to get in the passing lanes and get steals. They need to look more inside to the middle, too. Everything's around the perimeter. They need to change things up. And the receiver of the pass needs to come meet the pass.
All right, so a steal here in the last second of the quarter, and that will end it. After 1, it's Coshocton.
Our community is a special place, and you work hard to make a living and build a good life for you and your family. It's not always easy. You deserve a local financial partner to be there when you need them most. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we live, work, and play here. Our cutting-edge technology combined with local decision-making allows us to deliver unmatched personal service. Let us start earning your trust today. Woodsfield Savings Bank. It's personal here.
This year, the Southeastern Med Cancer Services team is celebrating 30 years of being accredited by the National Commission on Cancer. Earning this accreditation and maintaining it for 3 decades is a testament to their team's quality outcomes, dedication, commitment, and care for their patients and community. Learn more by visiting seormc.org today.
Second quarter action about to begin, 14-10, Meadowbrook over Coshocton. Mike, you were just at the end of the first half talking about Meadowbrook when they have their zone offense, shorten up the passes, meet the pass. We think maybe get to the high post a little bit more.
I'd like to see Singleton make himself available in the middle of that. I think he'd be a big plus.
Coshocton has the ball. Long ball on the way. Shot's good. A triple by Bentley Cunningham. Cunningham has 8, and it's 17-10. This is very important. Meadowbrook cannot let it get away now. There's that press. They don't double team this time, and Meadowbrook able to get out of it. There's the high post to Singleton. Shot on the way from the corners. It's
good ball movement.
Absolutely. Good shot. Do that again. That's good coaching by Coach Jarrett right there. Inside. Layup is no good, and a foul called. So going to the line will be Zane Bryant. And that
must call a foul on the floor.
They called it on the floor. My mistake. Oh, a little bit of a break for the Colts. 1-4 inbounds. On top with the basketball.
Oh, nice little slip screen.
Nice little inside. Yep, and that goes to Cody Moore. He has 5, and There's that trap again. You're going to have to
It looks
reverse
like
the ball.
maybe a little bit of 1-3-1
Yeah.
now. They've
Yeah,
given
they
a little
do.
different
Yeah.
look out on top.
Yep. But good horizontal pass, side to side. Oh, no.
No, you don't want to see that.
Yeah. Get back to the high post with, there you go, with
Good.
Huey. Oh,
Nice.
yeah, Singleton had an opportunity. If he could have gone to his left, there he is again at the mid post, surrounded, kicks it out, but not strong enough to get the ball to the corner. And some frustration that time, and a layup on the other end by Justice Herman. That's another good timeout. We'll
Yes.
keep it right here. That's another good timeout by Coach Jarrett for a couple of reasons. Number one, all of a sudden you're down by 11, 21-10 as you've been outscored 7-0. But coming back to what Meadowbrook wanted to do offensively, they were doing the right thing, Coach. Get the ball back to your leading scorer, your best player, in theory, at the high post, mid post area. Singleton, I think, needs to look a little stronger to give that ball back when he's double teamed, which he was, but he had an opportunity. I think he thought he was fouled, but he had an opportunity to kick to the ball side, either to the wing or the corner. I think you could come back to that if you're Meadowbrook.
I like him flashing to the ball, too, not just being there all the time. Start on the block and flash up towards the basketball. They had a nice, they've run the nice execution there a couple times, not able to finish yet. But again, that comes, I think these kids, especially the younger kids, are going to need to get in the way. You know, back in the day when we were younger, they always said, well, basketball players you don't want them to lift. Well, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about strength.
It is a bigger, faster, stronger game. And Coshocton will stay in the press, and Coach mentioned it was a 1-3-1 look. It is.
They've changed it a little bit,
Yeah.
Trying to take the middle away from Meadowbrook.
Meadowbrook adjusted with the ball in the middle, and now Coshocton lays off the press a little bit, driving inside. Ball is rejected on a shot by Huey, and the Redskins have it. And it's Huey driving the baseline, and he will draw the foul. Or Huey, I should say, on the foul.
Cordell West thought he was in position. That should have been a charge call, but it didn't go his way. A couple substitutions in here for the Colts. That's number 11, Dane DeVillez, back in the game, along with number 12, Jacob Burris.
21-10, 6:20 to go, second quarter. John's back in the game as well. And with the basketball, Colton Conkle. Conkle against the Meadowbrook man-to-man to the wing. Doesn't get the screen. Instead, a drive and a wild shot up. No good by Justice Herman. That'll make Coach Herman unhappy when he watches the film.
They'll have a talk about that at the supper table tomorrow.
Singleton misses the shot, doesn't follow. And here comes the Redskins back the other way. Boom. That's good by Cody Moore. And all of a sudden, it's 23-10 in favor of Coshocton. And another steal. And an easy layup that time by the Redskins. That's Conkle. You know, Meadowbrook really hanging their heads now, Coach. You got to get some fire going.
This is a crucial time. If you're going to stay in this basketball game, you got to make a little bit of a run here. Or this is going to get out of control.
Yeah. You know, the point you mentioned about being stronger, stronger with the basketball, I think, is probably one of the hallmarks of what he's going to have to do to make this a better team. Meadowbrook now looks like they'll go straight man, try to get Coshocton a little bit on the run. They'll pick up full court with the man. It's Conkle, and he'll pick up a cheapie. That goes against Colton Delancey. That's his second. And that gives Coshocton the ball out of bounds on the side, up 25-10.
They have extended this lead. Yeah, you said 25-10. They've hit 5 of their first 6 shots here in the second quarter.
Yeah, 11-0 run here in this second quarter in the first 3 minutes. Conkle, spin, back to the corner, and then the drive, no good. Rebound inside, back to the corner. Shot from 14 on the way, no good by the Redskins' Logan Lonsberry. And on top is Singleton. Singleton, a shot on the way is good. And that's Colton Delancey for a triple, 25-13. Yeah, Colts look like they're picking it up defensively a little bit, trying to double a little bit on top. Nice job. Nearly a steal. Looks like the pressure defense is coming a little bit. Oh, they got caught inside on a flex cut, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They turned her back to the basketball.
And back to Meadowbrook. Shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by Singleton. And fought for and controlled by Coshocton. To the corner. Conkle. 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Meadowbrook. Well, the Colts have some opportunity now that Coshocton's a little bit cold. If they can bang down a shot or two. You know, and Singleton has to look for the basketball in that mid-post, high-post area.
And not enough movement right there. He needs to start down and flash to the basketball.
Shot on the way, no good. Rebounded, knocked out of bounds by the Redskins, Logan Lonsberry, so he's unable to control the rebound. And back to the Colts. 25-13, 3:38 to go here in the second quarter. From Meadowbrook High School, you're listening to MVL Basketball on WILE. Coach Mike Podlasiak and Howard Twiggs, glad to be a part of your evening. Shot on the way, no good by the Colts. That was Jacob Burris. And back the other way is Bentley Cunningham. Cunningham over to Camden Swigert. Back on top. It's going to be Cunningham again. Bentley Cunningham drives, picks up his dribble, goes inside. Forced shot on the way, is no good. Picked up by the Colts. With the basketball, Meadowbrooks, Jacob Burris. Burris over to Gunnar Davis. Back on top to Burris, to the corner. Oh, another steal, trying to throw cross court from the low block.
Not much on it either.
Yeah, shot up is good. That's Colton Conkle. Conkle has 10. It's 27-13. No press this time by Coshocton. Nearly a steal. With the ball was Justice Huey. Now back to the corner. Hits the side. Rebounded by Dane Singleton. Singleton throws it away. And the easy layup that time by Conkle. I'm thinking somebody's going to get subbed for, Coach.
Yes. We talked about Conkle. That's his 12th point, and I think all 6 field goals have been on steals and breakaway layups.
Yeah, you know, we're going to take a 30-second break, and when we return, we'll have more. So stay with us. It's 29-13.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
We are back. It's 29-13. Coshocton over Meadowbrook. The Colts have the basketball. Looks like Coshocton will put some more pressure back on the ball. And a couple of substitutions for the Colts. Entering the game is Zayden Yeagle. Another steal by Coshocton. Yeagle replaces Dane Singleton. Inside, and then a kick to the corner. Back on top to the other side. Conkle. He is tied up, and I think the possession arrow, now they're going to say, yeah, possession arrow to Coshocton.
Good job there by Gunnar Davis.
Justice Herman back on the floor for Coshocton as well. So Singleton sits for the Colts. He does have 2. It's 29-13. Meadowbrook trails here in this one. Coshocton stays in the zone. Johns defending on the corner. Inside to Huey. Huey nowhere to go. Double team, but loses it. Scramble on the floor. Nope, we're going to say jump ball, and it should be the Coshocton basketball. Re-entering the lineup is Cordell West for the Colts. He will replace Zayden Yeagle. Coshocton, I'm sure, in no hurry. Meadowbrook, like maybe a 2-3. No, they'll stay man.
They'll stay man, yeah.
And inside, too easy that time, and the basket by Cody Moore. He has 9 on another little baseline flex cut.
Guys not seeing all the floor. They got their back turned and getting their face crossed.
Get Coach Podlasiak, when we get a moment, maybe in the second half, to talk about those flex cuts. That was very prevalent for a while, but teams have started to defend it a little bit better. 31-13 in favor of Coshocton. Inside, Moore again, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Meadowbrook. Under 40 seconds to go. They trail 31-13 to the Colts. In the corner, nothing there for Cordell West. Back to the other corner. Meadowbrook will throw it back on top for Justice Huey to the high post and West, and a nice shot inside. Excellent ball movement. That's Colton Delancey. He has 8 and leads the Colts in scoring. It's 31-15.
Just a second field goal made here the second quarter by the Colts.
Coshocton's going to take a timeout here with 11 seconds. So, Coach, what we've seen are what we call flex cuts. If you would just talk about what that is with the screening game involved.
A lot of times when a pass is made guard to guard out on top, then what you get along the baselines, you'll get somebody setting a back screen for a player in the corner, and then he's making that cut across. What we always used to do, and you probably did too, that was an automatic switch. But like you said, that was a big-time offense a few years ago.
Yes.
Everybody ran the flex. Now hardly anybody does it. And now when you see the flex cut, coaches don't work on it anymore.
Somebody's yelling, stay home.
Yeah.
Stay home. And if you stay home, and that flex cut does come, as Coach is describing, you're right there to seal off that basket cut. So
if you don't make that switch, that guy's going to be wide open for an uncontested layup. And that's happened a couple times here. Coshocton has executed that well and gotten a couple layups off of that.
Well done, Coach. Shot from the corner for the Redskins, no good. Rebounded inside, no good. Shot was up by James West, and we will end the second quarter with the score. Coshocton 31, Meadowbrook 15 from Meadowbrook High School. It has been an exciting and entertaining first half despite the score. I've had fun, and Coach Plaz, I'm thinking you're having some fun too.
I've enjoyed it so far, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much on the scoreboard.
It's good seeing you again, Howard. I've not seen you in years.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to run a few commercials, get some information passed on for everything you need to know. We'll come back with some halftime numbers and certainly the second half. So stay with us. Once again, 31-15, Coshocton over Meadowbrook. We'll be back in a couple.
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut-rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
The Rogers Company congratulates the Meadowbrook Colts team on a great season. The team at Rogers Company works hard, too, to earn your business. They inspect, install, and repair all makes and all models of furnaces, humidifiers, and air purifiers. Don't be left out in the cold. Give them a call at 740-685-8677.
Halftime here at Meadowbrook High School, where the Colts are on the downside of a 31-15 deficit. Howard Twiggs, Coach Mike Podlasiak, glad to be a part of your evening. And things didn't go very well for the Colts in the second quarter as they were outscored 17-5. It was a competitive first quarter, 14-10. Coshocton led after one. I think, Coach, for me, what I took away in the second quarter was Coshocton turned up the pressure on the press, and I think that led to some easy layups. And I also think Meadowbrook didn't do a good job of taking care of the basketball in their zone offense. And obviously when you don't make shots, you're not going to score, you're not going to win.
Howard, I think you nailed it. The big difference to me right now is the fact that Meadowbrook has turned the ball over 17 times here in the first half as opposed to only 5 for the Redskins. And a lot of those turnovers have resulted in breakout layups for the Redskins. Coshocton's only hit 1 out of 9 3-pointers. It's not like they're shooting lights out from the perimeter, but they're getting so many uncontested layups off of those steals. They're 12 out of 20 from 2-point range, and again, most of those are breakaway layups.
Okay, Coach, put yourself in the locker room of Meadowbrook. I mean, you're 0-11, you're playing young kids. You've been there. You're playing young kids, you're 0-11. You know, I don't think Coshocton's going to go, man, they're going to stay in this zone. What are you going to tell your kids?
I think you still have to maintain whatever his philosophy is offensively. You need to go back to doing it and keep working at it. I still would like to see somebody flashing into the high post, because when they have done that, they've been able to get the ball there, and then you reverse it and you've got somebody open on the backside. I don't know that they're going to be able to get much down inside the paint, but they can get more quality perimeter shots. They're taking way too many threes. I think they've taken I've got them down for 11 3-pointers and only made 3 in the first half. They're 6 of 18. They've got a lot to work on. What Coach Jarrett's got to do, he just got to stay positive with them. You know, guys, this is what we need to do. We need to take care of the basketball. Let's try to cut down on turnovers. We want to try set a goal. We want less than 10 turnovers for the second half. I mean, they got a long way to go to get back in this basketball game. But I think you got to set little goals that are attainable and then stress the positive with young kids.
Well, one of those goals also is, hey, let's win the third quarter.
Right.
Let's not worry about winning the basketball game. Let's win the third quarter. Now, for Coshocton on the other side, Coach Herman, things have gone your way. You haven't been tested by too much of a stretch. You know, what are you telling your kids?
Just keep doing the things you're doing. I think keep anticipating those guard-to-guard passes. Again, Meadowbrook needs, I think, to shorten down those passes a little bit. They're just not really strong enough to make it, one side of the court to the other side of the court. They need to come meet the pass. Yeah. But I don't know that Coach Herman needs to make a whole lot of changes with what he's doing.
You know what's interesting about the point you're making is Coach Herman has sent his guys out to warm up for the start of the second half. Meadowbrook's still in the locker room. You know what that tells you and me, Coach, is that, Coshocton's happy. Get back out there, get warmed up, get fired up. Meadowbrook, right now, Coach Jarrett, he's on the chalkboard. He's on the white dry erase board saying, okay, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. Pretty obvious, eh?
We've been on both sides of that, haven't we? It's a lot more fun to be on the side of Coshocton tonight.
Get back out there.
Yeah, exactly. Just go warm up and just keep doing the things you're doing, because, again, it's not been great execution by the Redskins at the offensive end.
Right.
It's basically the steals that they've made and converted into uncontested layups.
And I think that's what Coach Jarrett is working on as we speak. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we'll get you going for the start of the second half. Once again, Meadowbrook and Coshocton here at Meadowbrook High School, where the Redskins lead the Colts 31-15. We're back in 2 minutes.
Our community is a special place, and you work hard to make a living and build a good life for you and your family. It's not always easy. You deserve a local financial partner to be there when you need them most. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we live, work, and play here. Our cutting-edge technology combined with local decision-making allows us to deliver unmatched personal service. Let us start earning your trust today. Woodsfield Savings Bank. It's personal here.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
I'm not buying till I check Don't Vote.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
First half numbers real quick. First four, Coshocton, they were 14 of 27 from the field, but a lot of those were uncontested layups. 2 of 8 from the three-point line. They had 13 rebounds and 7 turnovers. For the Colts, they were 6 of 18 from the field, including 3 of 12 from the three-point line, but they also had 13 rebounds. But as Coach Plaz mentioned, the 17 turnovers, that's a killer because there's 10 possessions, and if you take away even half of that and you get 10 points out of that, you've got a competitive game at 31-25.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, and we had that in the first quarter.
Cut down on the turnovers for the Colts, and I'm sure that's one of Coach Jarrett's emphasis here in the start of the second quarter. So Meadowbrook with some work to do, and they will go with Justice Huey along with Gunnar Davis. Dane Singleton is on the floor.
They're back to Coshocton's going to start in that 1-3-1 half-court trap, and right there they dribbled right to that spot. They were told in the first half not to.
Yep, and Colton Delancey is that fifth starter. Long ball on the way, in and out, no good. Rebounded up, and a foul called inside against Coshocton. That will go against Zane Bryant. And coming for a couple of free throws is Colton Delancey. He leads the Colts in points tonight with 8. We're just beginning the second half. First free throw front iron, no good for Delancey. Meadowbrook 0 of 3 from the line here in the basketball game. Coshocton 1 of 2. Second one on the way is good. Let's see what
Howard, it's been a fast-moving game, if nothing else.
Yep. Hey, Meadowbrook going to stay man, loose man. And then in the drive by Kunkel, back to Johns. Johns over to the corner. Kobe Moore, and then a nice cut inside and a basket by Bentley Cunningham.
That's just too easy.
Yeah. 7:20 to go here in the third quarter. And a rolling shot, no good. Rebound fought for. Possession arrow on the jump ball goes to Coshocton. They lead 33-16. Well, Meadowbrook, I'm sure they're going to stay man, but they're going to have to probably tighten up on the ball pressure a little bit. Like right there, just long shot on the way. No good, rebounded by the Colts. There we go. And dribbling it out off the rebound is Colton Delancey. Back on top to Justice Huey. Huey travels as he was preparing to try to get out of that double team. You know, again, one of those coaching points when you see that double team, keep your dribble alive, back up, and then go around it.
You know, one other thing I see down here too, Howard, is when you're playing on help side, those guys are outside the lane, which is allowing those screens to take place, allowing Coshocton to get those cuts for easy layups. You've got to be in the paint. When that ball's down below free throw line, you've got to be on ball side, and they're just way too far away.
Oldest principle in the book: see man, see ball.
Yes.
When you're on the other side of the court, as Coach Plaza is talking about, get over there and stand in the lane. Long shot on the way by the Colts, no good, and that was by Gunnar Davis, but a foul inside goes against Coshocton. That will be against Colt Conkle. That's his first. 6:32 to go here in the third quarter. Long pass on top, stolen by Conkle. And Conkle to the corner. Shot on the way is good. That's a triple by Bentley Cunningham.
Well, we had a good angle on that from up here, and that looked good from the time it left his hands.
Yep. There's the
there
double.
It is, back in the corner again.
Get out of the corner. Meadowbrook Singleton. Fought for and rebounded off to Coshocton. Driving the other way, and then no call on a foul. Picked up by the Colts. And back to Singleton. Basket hanging. Shot is up and good. Well, Singleton has 4, and they need him to get going.
Quickly here.
36-18 in favor of Coshocton.
A little pressure out on top that time by the Colts.
Yeah, pick it up a little bit. Yep.
There's
That beat on that cut again inside. No call, so the officials are letting these guys just kind of bang around a little bit. And Meadowbrook maybe can kind of get into that kind of a back and forth physical game. It's 36-18, 5:26 to go here in the third quarter.
That's Camden Swaggart and J.J. Herman into the lineup for the Redskins.
Yeah, Herman's a freshman. On top with the ball, Justice Huey looks inside to Singleton. Singleton, turn around, no good. Rebounded off to Coshocton, but a decent shot, a good shot. They need to get him shooting the ball. He's their leading scorer with 9 a game, and oh boy.
Nice
inside it goes, and an easy layup for Zane Bryant. That's his first basket. Long shot on the way is good. That's timed by the Colts. That's Gunnar Davis answers. 38-21, and now Meadowbrook a little bit of pressure. Why not? Why not? Just
they need to change the pace a little bit here.
Pick it up a little bit.
Still playing hard out on top.
Yep. Nice job that time defensively by Colton Delancey. And Colton Delancey. And then back on top. Long ball on the way for Coshocton. No good. You know, that's a good defensive stand by Meadowbrook. Very good. And loose ball on the floor, and it's picked up by Meadowbrook. Singleton, long shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by Conkle. You know, the coach just looks like a lot of open gym right now.
It does.
That's a basket that time by Cunningham. And a timeout by Meadowbrook. We'll keep it right here. It's a 20-point lead. So I'd say the last couple of minutes, just no offense, not a lot of defense, just open gym, if I may.
This is the stuff, Howard, that used to drive me crazy. Sometimes I was over, I don't know how you would say it. I want structure. If I don't have structure, I'm screwed. I couldn't coach some of the basketball that they play nowadays with the up and down, and like you said, we could be at open gym right now because they're the last 3 minutes of this basketball game. There's been no structure.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, and you know, and honestly, I mean, let's be honest about it, if we may. Listen, and these are kids. We understand they're learning, especially Meadowbrook. They're very young. I'm sure Coach Jarrett has some ideas of what he wants to see as time goes on. It's difficult, but we have to call it the way we see it. Yeah. Meadowbrook is 0-11, and I don't think you get better by by just not playing, as you say, Coach, in a structure.
Now's a perfect opportunity. He started 4 sophomores and a freshman tonight. Whatever his philosophy is, it's ideal now. Again, this is just his second year as a head coach. He has a great group of kids now to instill what he wants done because he's got young kids to do it with.
Absolutely. Well said, Coach. Meadowbrook with the basketball. They will go inside. Shot up, no good. That was by Colton Delancey. Rebounded by the Redskins, and then driving the length of the floor. And the basket, I think they're going to say, is no good. Logan Lonsberry. I think they're going to call the foul before. But
I think Mike Sehon out on top called that a good bucket.
Yeah, I was going to say, otherwise you couldn't be shooting free throws. So Lonsberry, the three-point play opportunity. It's his first
that's the old
basket.
NBA continuation call right there.
Yeah. Free throw in and out, no good. Rebounded, knocked around. It belongs to Meadowbrook. Yeah, if you get the foul on the wing, buddy, you keep going. Let's see, Coshocton.
They're going to stay in this 1-3. Actually, a little 1-3-1.
Yeah, definitely an odd look. Singleton, wide open in the corner, will take the 3, no good. And rebounded on the floor. Picked up loose, and then shot up is no good by Colton Delancey. Colts out on the wing with Bentley Cunningham back on top. It's Herman. Herman shot up, no good. Rebounded loose. It belongs to the Colts. 43-21. Meadowbrook trails. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Long shot on the way, no good by Meadowbrook. 1 pass, 1 shot, and a layup back the other way. Is knocked out of bounds off Conkle. And Coshocton will stay with the basketball. I think Coach Jarrett's going to get some subs in. I think what he said to the message was, hey, guys, we don't need to come down and just take one and done.
Right, Mason Campbell, a 6'1" freshman into the lineup. So you got another young kid in the lineup here for the Colts.
Yep. Ball on top with Justice Herman. Herman drives with the left hand, goes to the corner, shot on the way, no good, rebounded by Meadowbrook. And they come up the floor in a hurry. It's Colton Delancey to Singleton. Singleton loses it, and back comes Coshocton the other way.
Little hesitation move there.
Yeah, Johns to the corner. Shot on the way is no good. Rebound tapped around, controlled by Meadowbrook, Colton Delancey. Delancey will throw long, hits off the official, and then goes back to Coshocton. Now, not much has changed since we last mentioned the pace in the play, Coach. 2:11 to go, 43-21. Coshocton substituting.
That's number 44. I take it that's James West.
Yeah.
6'4" sophomore into the lineup for the Redskins.
Johns. Oh, boy. Wide open inside. Look, it's a basket for West. 45-21 in favor of Coshocton. To the high post. Back inside. Losing the basketball are the Colts. And controlling it are the Redskins and Herman. Herman drives. Has the shot rejected. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Coshocton. And then the shot on the way, no foul called. And here comes Meadowbrook back the other way. With the ball's Colton Delancey. Delancey on top to Huey. Huey with the basketball.
Howard, I got a feeling blood is going to have to be drawn before these officials are going to call foul the rest of the way.
There's a lot of activity. Long shot on the way, no good by Meadowbrook. And it will go back to Coshocton with 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. Now, Meadowbrook has scored 6 points this third quarter. They had just 5 in the second quarter. Meadowbrook now with some full court pressure. And let's see if they can draw some turnovers against Coshocton. Whoa, long shot on the way. No good by Coshocton. And here come the Colts back the other way with Colton Delancey. Delancey over to Cordell West. West back on top. Now go around the perimeter they go. They go to the mid post and then a kick back. Nice offense that time for Meadowbrook. It just didn't go, but they get the offensive rebound. Shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by Coshocton, and a foul goes against Meadowbrook. Well, that time they did a nice job of running their offense. Just didn't
again,
get the ball
they
to
flashed
drop.
that guy into the side post, which I still think that's there. They just haven't utilized it enough. When they have, they've gotten wide open looks.
And that will come, hopefully,
It
in
will,
time.
yeah.
Again, you're talking about young kids, sophomores, freshmen. Meadowbrook stays man. 20 seconds to go here in the third. Driving is Herman. Has it stolen away. Ball back to Meadowbrook. Stolen back by Coshocton with 10 seconds to go. Herman to Johns. Johns back to Herman. He looks like he wants to take the three. Yes, he does. And nothing but air. Rebounded off to Meadowbrook, and that will end the third quarter after three. 45-21, Coshocton over Meadowbrook.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
We enter the fourth quarter. Meadowbrook, they have Dane Singleton on the floor along with Justice Huey. Also on the floor is Jacob Burris along with Dane DeVellas and Colton Delancey. Meadowbrook stays man-to-man. Coshocton with the basketball, driving, shot up, no good. Rebounded, his own rebound is still no good. And that's Bentley Cunningham, and rebounded off to Meadowbrook. Inside it goes to Singleton. Singleton loses it, but retrieved back by the Colts. It's Justice Huey with the basketball. Huey drives to the left side, now drives back to the right, to the corner. Inside it goes to Singleton. Singleton has the ball taken away, and off to Coshocton. Long ball on the way, and no good. Rebounded inside, no good by Cunningham. And ball back to Justice Huey. And we'll get a travel. So the officials are earning their money a little bit on that call. 6:58 to go, fourth quarter, 45-21. Coshocton over Meadowbrook.
I'm going to need a new pen here before long, Howard. I'm running out of ink.
Depends what you're keeping track of, Coach.
Yeah.
Inside, and a foul as trying to make the layup is Zane Bryant. He'll get a pair.
Bryant gave a little head and ball fake that time, which allowed the defense to recover. He really didn't need that. If he went straight up, I think he'd have had an easy, uncontested deuce.
Yep. Singleton draws the foul. That's his second. Free throw on the way. No good by Bryant. Bryant has 2 points in the game. One more coming for the 6'2 senior. Second one, also no good. Up, rebounded inside by Bryant. Misses the shot. Rebounded off to Meadowbrook, but they lose it. Back to Coshocton. Long shot on the way, no good. Rebounded off to Cordell West. Back to Singleton. Back on top to West. West shot on the way, is good. Cordell, or I should make that Justice Huey with the three. He has 6. Ball inside, tie up, and the possession arrow will go to Meadowbrook. So Colts with a little something going here.
You just, at this point in time, Coach Jarrett just wants to see the kids compete. You know,
Sure.
Don't quit.
Right.
Keep playing hard.
Yeah.
And try to learn.
On the right side now, back on top is Justice Huey. Down to the low block in Singleton. They put Singleton down in the low block. I'm sure that's by design to try and get him the ball.
Well, he's got to
inside.
use his body to try to move that defender up the line a little bit, which opens more of a passing lane inside.
Yeah. Steal by the Redskins, Colton Conkle, and he goes ahead to Cunningham. Justice Huey, 47-24 with the basketball. Inside, they try to go to Singleton, not there as the pass was thrown out of bounds. Back to Coshocton.
Again, I like to see Singleton kind of body that guy up the lane a little bit, which makes it a much easier pass to get inside to him.
Yeah. You know, Meadowbrook's selling out defensively, and they've really given up so many opportunities. That's a basket again, that time on the inside because of the pressures on top, but then there's no recovery.
Right.
Basket, by the way, was made by Conkle, and a timeout will keep it right here. So, you know, Meadowbrook doing the right thing, you know, by trying to pressure the basketball more. So it looks like, Coach, they've gotten the first part of it done, but the second part of it, you know, the help and recover phase of the defensive pressure, not there yet. What's he have to be telling his kids?
Well, the other thing, Howard, that makes it extremely difficult, you know, you've got young kids here, and they don't have a whole lot of kids out for basketball this year. It makes it tough in practice to sometimes execute some of these things. You know it needs to be done, but then when you get in varsity competition, you play against other teams, they're quicker, they're bigger, they're stronger. You're not seeing that in practice. You don't get a chance to actually get better.
How much, in the cases like this, when you're 0-11, soon to be 0-12, let's be honest, how much does film help in these situations, Coach?
That's a great question, and I can't really answer. I think you need to show the kids we're still going to work, we're still going to watch film. You know, you see it, but I think sometimes with especially younger kids, it's hard for them to visualize what's really going on. So that's why it's important, I think, that they see the film. You can tell them all the things they need to do, but you need to point out the positives on the film too. Hey, look, this is what we want done. You did this well.
Meadowbrook with the basketball, tapped out of bounds by Coshocton. 49-24, the Colts trail here in the fourth quarter, 5:07 to go. You're listening to Coach Mike Podlasiak, one of the true legends of the area coaching, I might add.
How much are you for that comment?
Depends on who you ask and win, right?
Yeah.
Ask me after I win. Meadowbrook shelling the basketball around and then not stepping into the passing lane of the Colts, as Coach pointed out in the first half. And then back the other way, wild shot on the way, no good. Rebounded off to Meadowbrook. And here come the Colts coming up the floor, flying up the floor. That's Jacob Burris. Burris to Singleton. Singleton on top. Back over to Gunnar Davis. And then a drive inside, then a kick to Singleton. He'll take a three, no good. And rebounded by Coshocton. Coshocton in some trouble. They get out of the pressure. Now it's 3-on-1 and good night. Yeah, I think there's too much pressure three-quarter court right now.
Yeah, because you don't have the help in behind. They're not defending. There's no rotation in that defense.
51-24 in favor of Coshocton. And back the other way come the Redskins, and another easy layup. That's Cody Moore. That's 53-24 in favor of Coshocton. Justice Huey inside to Singleton. Singleton back to Huey. Huey will drive baseline, pull up, a nice shot. Justice Huey has 8. And double team by Meadowbrook. And Coshocton gets out of it easy. And back in the corner, wide open. 3 no good by Cunningham. Rebounded off to the Colts. And Johns coming up with the steal. Nope, stolen back. And then in layup
nice
up and
move.
in by Jacob Burris. Burris, first 2 of the game, 53-28. 3 minutes to go. Another long ball by Coshocton. That's good for Logan Lonsberry. Tell you what, he has 8 off the bench. Extra lunch in the cafeteria for him. Rebounded, knocked around. It's going to stay with the Colts, and looks like Coshocton's going to empty the bench with 2:50 to go here in the basketball game. And looks like Meadowbrook's going to have some substitutions too. So it's bonus time for the benches here with 2:50 to go in the fourth quarter. 56-28.
Not very many subs on the bench there for the Colts, actually.
Long shot on the way and no good by Colton Delancey. And Coshocton now will come back up the floor, trailing up by 28 to the high post. Shot on the way, no good. Rebounded on the floor. Here comes Justice Huey. Coshocton gets back very nicely. And with the basketball is Dane DeVillas. Up DeVillas, back over to Huey. Looking for something is DeVillas. He'll shoot and good.
Nice looking shot.
That's a 3, yep. 2 minutes to go.
Good ball movement that time by the Colts.
Yep.
That'd be one of those things on tape, Coach, you want to say, hey, this looks good. This is what we want. More of this.
Yep. Then a drive and drawing the foul for the Colts. And a personal foul goes against, looks like Camden Swiggert's going to be guilty of the foul. Couple of free throws coming for the Colts. First one's in and in. One more coming. 57-31, 1:56 to go in the game. Second one's good. Meadowbrook and Justice Huey crosses the timeline to the corner. Long ball on the way. Another set of free throws coming. That time, Gunnar
we didn't have
Davis.
very many free throws the whole game,
Yeah.
Howard, and now all of a sudden.
It's, it's my turn right now. So the personal foul goes against Coshocton and 3 free throws coming for Gunnar Davis.
This will be just the 5th free throw taken by the Colts this evening.
Yep. And
now just 1 out of 5.
Yeah. 2 more coming for Davis.
The Redskins actually not much better.
No.
2 out of 7.
Yeah. Second free throw on the way for Davis is good. He has 4. Looking to the line for 5. 1:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. Third one's good. Meadowbrook stays in the man-to-man. See if they double. Coshocton's second team on the floor. They do a nice job of getting it up, but now a steal. This time by Colton Delancey. To the corner is Huey, no good. Rebounded offensively by the Colts, no good. Rebounded on the floor, back up again and good. That's Dane DeVillas, he has 7. And nearly a steal, but here comes Coshocton back the other way. And Herman.
Got away with a double dribble there, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think he caught it, took a step or two, then back up and in though. This time by Justice Herman. He has 4. 1 minute to go in the basketball game, 60-35. Coshocton over Meadowbrook. Long shot on the way and no good. That was by Gunnar Davis. Herman drives across the timeline, looks, pulls up, fouled, no call. Gives it to the corner, shot on the way and no good. Rebounded by the Colts. That's Justice Huey with the basketball. Huey dribbles, left side, back to the top, and down to the corner. Back on top to Huey inside. An opportunity that time for Colton Delancey, didn't take it, rebounded off to James West of Coshocton, and now with 10 seconds, I'm thinking they'll probably just hold right here.
And I think you're right. I think that's what Coach Herman has told them to do. They're going to pull this out. And I think we're looking at our final score right now.
And that will do it as the final 60-35 in favor of Coshocton. At one point, it was 14-10. Coshocton led after the first quarter, but then the fact of the matter is that over the course of the next 3 quarters, Coshocton proved to be the better team. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have all of the final stats as well as some final thoughts. You're listening to high school basketball on WILE 97.7, where tonight Meadowbrook falls to Coshocton 60-35.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
I'm not buying till I check Don't Vote.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Back at Meadowbrook High School, Howard Twiggs and Coach Mike Podlasiak, glad to have been part of your evening tonight. It wasn't much of a contest, I suppose, after one quarter, Mike, but we'll get into the stats here. But quickly, Meadowbrook, you know, at least they've got some kids who are trying to work on some things. You know, especially when the game got away from them in the second half, you at least saw some effort. I mean, there were still mistakes being made, but those things could be corrected, I think, with some coaching and some desire along the way.
You don't mind mistakes as long as they're aggressive mistakes, and they were at least making an effort in the second half.
Yeah,
you know?
the pressure defense was causing some trouble. They just didn't have it on the back end. But, you know, it's almost like building a ship where you start in the front and you got the whole back where you're leaking water. I mean, I suppose one thing at a time, Coach.
You know, they were competitive. The Colts were competitive in 2 quarters. The first quarter, they got beat 14-10.
Yep.
The last quarter, they only got outscored 15-14. It was those middle two quarters where the score was 31-9 where the game was really decided.
And I wonder if Coach Jarrett will make a note of that. I'm sure he will, to try and figure, because you've been in this position where he's going to be up a while thinking, okay, what could we have done better? You know, what do we need to do to be better? I'm sure he's probably thinking, okay, guys, you know, we go to practice tomorrow because somebody's got to go to practice, right?
Yes.
You know, what am I going to say?
Well, at this point in time with these young kids, I think he's got to find places. He has to stress positive things. Obviously, I think they need to go back and spend a little more time with fundamentals. Just, you know, posting up, using your body to get yourself positioned there, flashing to the basketball, going meeting the passes, just little things that that I think will help deal with it. I don't think you can be negative with young kids and think you're going to get a positive response. They're young, they need to learn, and you need to be positive with them.
Well, again, we don't know this gentleman, but we can only assume that he's in it for the right reasons, and and again, you've been in this position. There's nothing better than watching kids grow as players and people, especially when you have freshmen and sophomores, and you see them as seniors, and you say, "Wow,
remember back when?
You're a great kid." And you've improved so much. Those are the things that have to make you feel good, and one of the reasons you're in coaching.
And I saw him do some really good things tonight. I mean, he took some key timeouts in situations, coachable moments.
Yes.
He made sure, told these kids, this is what we need to see done. And I saw adjustments being made. They're trying. They're making the effort. It's just the kids have to get bigger, faster, and stronger to compete at this level.
Yeah, let's hoping that, Meadowbrook down the road, can get that done. Let's take a look at some of the stats. First for Coshocton, they improved to 4-6 on the season. They were led tonight in scoring by Bentley Cunningham with 18 points, 7 of 14 for field goals. But I think of that 18, Coach, I'd say 16 on the break.
Between he and Conkle had 14. Yeah. There's 32 points. Yeah. You're right. 26 of those 32 were steals and breakaway layups. I mean, it's a layup drill.
Yep. So 11 for Kobe Moore. Bentley Cunningham, as Coach mentioned, 18. Antoine Johns did not score. 14 for Conkle, as Coach mentioned. Also Zane Bryant with 2. Logan Lonsberry came off the bench for 7. A deuce for Camden Swigert. J.J. Herman also off the bench for 4. And James West had a putback for 2. From the field tonight, Coshocton 26 of 59. They out-rebounded Meadowbrook 34-32, and they had just 12 turnovers. And that, as much as anything, tells you a lot about the game as well. For the Colts, they will now be at 0-12, and they were led tonight by, let's see, Colton Delancey had 9, Justice Huey had 8, Dane DeVillas 7, 5 for Gunnar Davis, 4 for Dane Singleton, 35 points, whopping 33 turnovers for the Colts, and they were also 13 of 44 from the field, and that right there tells you not a lot of good when you've got that many turnovers, and that's your shooting percentage.
And again, out of those 33 turnovers, so many of those led to uncontested layups by Coshocton, which to me was definitely the difference in his basketball game.
After one quarter, as Coach mentioned, it was competitive. It was 14-10. Coshocton led Meadowbrook, and at the half, it was 31-15. So it started to get away, as Coach mentioned. Then the third quarter, Coshocton pretty much put it away as they outscored the Colts 14-6 to make it 45-21 after 3. And then the fourth quarter was very competitive, a lot of substitutions, but 15-14, Coshocton did edge Meadowbrook by 1 point in that quarter, so the final 60-35. And, I guess now, Coach, you go back to the drawing board for the Colts. You go right back at it Friday night, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they go to Crooksville Friday night.
Which is another opportunity,
Absolutely.
I think, for them to be competitive. They're not having a great season either. So, I mean, here's another game where hopefully they can see some improvement, give these kids something positive to build on.
Well, final thoughts for the night are, I think, as Coach Podlasiak has mentioned so much, a lot of young kids from Meadowbrook, a good job of coaching by Coach Jarrett, despite the youth on his basketball team. He's got some kids who do want to play basketball. For Coshocton, as Coach mentioned at halftime, they did what they had to do. They came in and took care of the basketball very well with the 12 turnovers. They played very opportunistic defense. They handled some pressure down the stretch by Meadowbrook. And, I say to wrap it up, it was what it probably should have been, Mike, and that is a 25-point win for Coshocton.
Kind of what we expected. Again, the difference was just all the easy baskets, because Coshocton really didn't light it up from the perimeter tonight anywhere close to that. They didn't shoot it very well at all. But just way too many uncontested breakaway layups coming off of steals.
All right, well, that's going to do it. We thank Coach Mike Podlasiak for his time and effort tonight. Always a pleasure to see, again, one of the legends. Yeah. One of the legends. You heard of Legend Valley? This guy personifies Legend Valley,
now
boys.
I owe you more money than I did before.
Once again, the final score, 60-35, Coshocton over Meadowbrook. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great rest of the week, and we certainly appreciate an excellent high school basketball game where you just saw a bunch of kids out there trying to play and improve.
Thanks for watching high school basketball from AVC Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Southeastern Med, The Rogers Company, and Woodsfield Savings Bank.